Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, my name is Muhammad Arif Fadilah. In this occasion, I will try to explain to you about my proposal. It is about an analysis of student writing ability and arranging sentence on procedure text at State Senior High School 1 Kampar. Okay, we come to the first slide. The first point is a background of the problem. According to Rahmat, the most student problems are concerned in choosing the words, organizing generic text structure, goal, ingredients or materials, and steps. Besides, the student also miss the use of the imperative verbs, use of adverbs and adjectives that should be in a procedure text. According to Zaki and Rosa, state that the students often find trouble when they write a procedure text. The first problem is that some of the students cannot make a procedure text if the material is decided by the teacher. It is because the student knowledge is limited and not every student recognizes that decided material. The next point is identification of the problem. There are 5 identification of the problem. First, some of the students are getting problems and difficulties in arranging the words into good sentences. The second one, some of the students have less spirit in making sentences, or students are less interested in writing. The third, some of the students have a limited vocabulary to arrange the sentences. The fourth, some of the students are still confused about the choice of the word. The last one is some of the students make some errors in English grammar while writing procedure text, such as the error in using tenses, articles, and verbs. The next point is limitation of the problems. In this research, the researchers focus on analysis of students' writing ability and arranging sentence on procedure text at State Senior High School 1 Kampar. The next point, formulation of the problems. How is students' writing ability in arranging sentence on procedure text at State Senior High School 1 Kampar. The next point, objective and significance of the research. The objective is to identify students' writing ability in arranging sentence on procedure text at Senior High School 1 Kampar. The significance is the researchers hopes these research findings are valuable and useful for both English teachers and students of State Senior High School 1 Kampar. Review of related literature. Definition of writing. According to Lynch, 2005, writing is a process. The process refers to the act of gathering ideas and working with them until they are presented in a manner that is polite and comprehensible to reader. According to Murcia, 2001, states that writing is a skill which enables a learner to plan and rethink the communication process. According to Nunan, 2003, reveals that writing is used to show that students have mastered a particular grammatical rule rather than have a good idea about the subject matter. From the definition above, it can be concluded that writing is one of the important skills in learning a language, besides listening, speaking, and reading skills that need more attention from the students. These skills require the learners to know, express, or to organize the ideas and talk on how the grammatical form and syntactic patterns. We come to the next point is the process of writing procedure text. The goal, it states the goal to be achieved. Ingredients or material, it lists the ingredient materials needed. It also gives the detail on the size, color, number, or shape, quantity, etc. The third steps, it describes steps in logical order to achieve goal. Component of writing procedure text. The first, content. The second one, organization. The third, vocabulary. The fourth, language use. The fifth, mechanic. Assessment in writing procedure text. According to Nurgiantoro 2001, there are 5 components to categorize student writing ability. It follows: first, content; second, organization; the third, vocabulary; the fourth, language features; and the last one, spelling and punctuation. We come to the operational concept. The research works based on the following indicator as cited from Nurgiantoro 2001. They are: students are able to use content correctly, students are able to use organization correctly, students are able to use vocabulary correctly, students are able to use language use correctly. Method of the research. In this research, design is descriptive, the qualitative research. Time and location, January until February 2023. Place, State Senior High School 1 Kampar. Subject and object. The 11th grade students at State Senior High School 1 Kampar. The object, students rating ability in arranging sentence on procedure text. We come to the population. The population is the whole object of research. According to Arif Fadilah, the population is a region of generalization consisting of objects or subjects which has a certain quantity and characteristic determined by research to be studied and then concluded. In this research, we have a population with 260, and we come to the sample. The samples of this research, considering that the population is relatively large, then the research will take 15% of the total population. According to Arif Fadilah 2002, said if the population is under 100, the research can take all of them as the sample. But if the population is more than 100, the research can take 10% or 15% or 20% until 25% as the sample. So because the populations more than 100 students, so the researchers conduct that will take just 50%. It is about 40 students divided into the 8 classes, so each class has 5 students. We come to the next point. Technique of data collections. It is a documentation. According to Arif Fadilah, said that documentaries aim to find out data about something in the form of notes, transcript, newspaper, magazines, and etc. The data will be collected throughout a document study of the students' final scores in interpretive writing class. It is used to validate the sample. The next point, technique of data analysis. First, preparing and organizing the data for analysis. Second, exploring and coding data. The third, coding to build descriptions and themes. Fourth, representing and reporting qualitative findings. The fifth, interpreting the findings, validating the accuracy of the findings. I think that's all for me. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.